So what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of So What You Hear. I'm Jay.
Tiffany.
Great.
And it's now week 5. Well, we finished week 5.
We finished week 5.
Yeah, lackluster.
And it was kind of a lackluster week. It was
Like,
painful. Very
prodded, poked, pain.
like torture soul. Like, good thing it's Halloween because we're in hell. So first off, I think we need to talk about what's been going on. We'll talk about the Chiefs and Viking game all together, but I think stuff's keep happening with the Chiefs, and it's just starting to get like, okay, come on, y'all don't want a narrative of scripting, but
I feel like we're ready to play. Like,
you got a ref literally telling, hey, hurry up and put your helmet on.
Yeah, it's true.
But
they have been getting more calls their way.
He told him to put his helmet on instead of throwing a flag. That's literally like walking up to a lineman and being like, hey, you're holding, might want to let go. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to just throw the flag.
The game might go fast.
And that did cost them. That cost them first and goal or wherever it would have happened anyway.
And I felt like it was pass interference.
It was 100% pass interference.
Holding.
If nothing else, it's holding.
Oh, my bad.
Which is still a first down.
That's still a first down.
It's holding until the ball's in the air. He was still holding him when the ball was in the air.
But I'm saying it's holding after 5 yards.
Yes. Unless the ball is in the air and then it's pass interference. So it was holding.
Okay, yeah.
And then when Kirk got rocked and put the ball up in the air, it turned into pass interference.
And then he took off his helmet.
Because even if, let's say Patrick Mahomes is right, and he's like, it was tipped, then it's still holding. It's still a first down. Like that, and then now we have the Jets, and then the Eagles. And the Eagles won last year. It was like, I don't know, that could have been better. But now you got to begin with the Jets. You have the commentators in the Lions-Chiefs game having to like, okay, how is this tackle being able to line up in the backfield on every play? He's jumping. Like, they're having entire discussions about how the refs are just allowing him to just basically cheat the whole game. And everybody's just like, there's no Warren Bossing say. Like, that's not happening. Like, so you're just going to keep being like, nope, the Chiefs are just that good. Like, really? That's how we're working? I just don't think that's... No. Like, no, y'all gotta stop doing it.
I do think we're trying to get back to a Philly-Kansas City matchup by any means. I'm not trying to bullshit Cowboys. No, I believe
y'all swear, y'all takes on these teams.
I believe
y'all just don't like birds. That's what it is. Y'all just don't like birds.
I don't have a problem. I think the Cardinals are a pretty good team.
He lies.
I have no problem with birds.
I think Josh Dobbs is going to hold that spot.
The Ravens.
He means at this moment. He doesn't.
I mean, they were bad last year. It's not like...
We live near Baltimore. I've always kind of had like a little spot for Baltimore with the Ravens. So it's birds.
I know.
That's your own problem. As long as it's not the Commanders, it's cool. But
No. I don't have a problem with Atlanta. I mean, they're kind of irrelevant, but... That might be why they don't.
And even when they were good, I
didn't care. It was like, oh, cool, Atlanta.
I
was rooting for him against New England.
Weren't we all?
I'm very open about my hatred for the Eagles, so that is what it is. Like,
yeah,
I can't pretend I'm not gonna like. I do.
I think if you're in the division, you don't believe the Eagles smoke screen, but
I'm honest about this.
I get it, but I also say, even though you don't like the Eagles, they haven't put together a whole game, but they keep figuring ways to win.
They do keep figuring.
Like they ran the ball decent, but they were killing them through the air. AJ Brown was just torching them.
I'm just saying.
And Dallas got it wrong.
They get maybe some of these miracles aren't miracles.
Same teams you're playing.
Yeah, we suck. I'm not saying that the Eagles aren't good. I'm saying they don't look Super Bowl good.
Oh.
They don't look
no.
They don't look Bills, Dolphins, Niners good.
Yeah.
But like we are, but I'm just like you
Lions.
said. Your job is to win, and they've been winning.
I mean, that's true.
So and so like that.
How is my question?
We don't know because it doesn't look complete. That tush pushes is getting them at least 14 points a game.
And
it's getting them 14 points a game.
I think that even everybody's gonna start doing it. Or they gonna have to like that's not
a quarterback.
Not everybody has
a quarterback
who's
squatting 600 pounds. You know how hard that is to stop when he's like. That's the problem. And then you got people pushing him behind him. Like
And Jason Kelsey.
Yeah. Him, Lane Johnson. Who else? I forget who the other
That's a
type.
big
just-
boy. He should be able to push some things.
And his ankle will break.
Yeah. Dak don't touch nothing no more.
Patrick Mahomes' knee will move.
So Daniel Jones neck.
Oh. Too soon.
I'm not in that. Anyway.
We are, you know what, talking to birds.
Let's
talk about this Ravens-Steelers game.
Let's talk about this Ravens-Steelers game.
Steelers D, TJ Watt.
Is insane.
Lamar like a rag doll.
He did.
And they was just shaking the baby everywhere. Like,
I just don't think he doesn't look comfortable throwing. I'm really just watching all right, you got it. I'm like, come on, just show me something. Oh, overthrow. But I can't also lie, he was putting the ball in places and his wide receivers just wasn't catching it.
yeah.
Like his wide receivers choked it up. I mean, we got like your old boy Odell paper mache.
He just didn't.
OBJ paper mache.
I mean, Joey Porter strapped him.
Yeah, you heard what he said to him?
What?
Go ahead and stick to being a family man.
Oh, is that what he said?
That's what he said to him.
He told Odell?
That's what he told Odell.
That's hilarious.
I mean,
that's funny.
I think it's about time.
I mean, how many times has he torn something in his knee? You cannot keep coming back and just be fine.
This one was his ankle.
Thanks, that helps.
Okay.
But
I mean, you're not going to keep popping tendons and stuff like that and think like, it's okay, I'll just rip things and come back.
He may be rubber band man.
Yeah, I had to get rid of him.
You got that Wolverine blood like Russell Wilson. Yeah. You got that Wolverine blood. He come back faster than normal people.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Well, he probably shouldn't have come back because you see what the numbers he putting up.
Which one? No doubt. Russell Wilson.
What you talking about?
He still look better than last year.
Yeah.
He does look better than last year, but
That's sad.
they cannot win. We got
So if you
We did a little
no, but okay.
But
I'm sorry.
But no, but that defense is amazing. It shut Lamar down. It made him one dimensional, and it didn't work. No, the only reason it didn't look better than it was is because that offense is inconclusive until one drive a game. They only get one good drive a game, and that's it.
I guess this was...
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Najee. It's like when he gets the ball, I know he's stiff arming to get out the backfield. They're usually on him, and then he just can't back to the line. It's like he's still unsure about where he's going in the hole. And then you get Jalen Warren in backup. He looks better than me.
He does look.
He looks
better.
Every time I see him come in, he's always slashing. He's always making some moves, making something move. And I'm just like, why is it not Najee can't do that? So like,
I think he's a different kind of runner, but I think either way, I'm seeing them have to do way too much immediately, and I don't think it's skill on the offensive line. I don't think this blocking scheme for the running game is good. It seems to the line always just seems like it ends up in a big jumble.
Yeah.
Like they just end up in a big scrum, and the running backs are left to like, all right, let's see if I can bounce this outside. And that is going to hurt a guy like Najee, who is more of a open the hole here, and I'm going to run everybody past the D tackles over.
True.
Now, they are getting their guard back. I can't remember his name, but they are getting their guard back after the bye. And then their defense is getting, Deontay Johnson coming back is going to help their offense. And Cam Hayward is going to add some more to that defense, but
doesn't fix the problem, we all know.
I think Cam does. Yeah. That offense, I don't think that offense is run well. It doesn't look run well.
When you said you saw something on one of the sports shows.
Yeah, he didn't look happy when they scored that touchdown. Now I'm hearing that it was more because they had to go for two, so he was kind of already good, coming up and going for two. But
his brain was working while
they were and these are comments from people that aren't usually in defense of Canada. So
okay,
but I
don't know. I've seen plenty of games where everyone cheers and you get the coach like, okay, let's get together to, there's always time to celebrate within the process,
Bet.
All right.
That looked like, damn. Why did that happen?
I didn't call that.
Now I've heard that's not an audible. That's a line shift. That's a blocking protection. That's part of the play.
Okay.
So that's what he didn't change the play. He just slid the protection, and that's what because people thought it was an audible, they misconstrued Canada was doing. But
and you think they're trying to help him with that statement, or you think that's real?
who was talking about it, I don't feel like they were trying to help him because they're not huge fans. The other things I've heard from them, so who knows? I don't know. I think Canada got.
Because I saw his face. He just.
It didn't.
It didn't look like. It didn't look like
animosity.
Yeah, it didn't look like like, how dare you. He didn't look upset. He just looked a little blank, a little like there was no emotion. Like I said, I've seen.
It's like he couldn't care one way or the other.
Yeah, and that doesn't make sense to me because if you score a touchdown,
especially when you've been struggling offensively,
you've been having problems and that click and they're like, this is a big game.
Yeah, they lead the division now because they ended up pulling the game out.
Rivalry, and like this is very intense.
But it really was a normal old school fashioned Ravens Steelers game up to that point.
Yeah,
it was.
It felt like
it was all just defenses.
Now again, though, like we've said with other people, like you hear New England fans saying, like we pointed out, like Dallas is a double-digit win team almost every year, but people still talk trash. Why? Because playoff success. Those two teams we saw play each other are not going to have playoff success. That skill is not going to beat people in the playoffs. They're not beating Miami. They're not beating what we just saw from Cincinnati. They're not beating Buffalo. They're not beating Kansas City. And Baltimore and Pittsburgh are both a deep culture championship franchise. This isn't good enough on either front. They're not going to be happy with, we made it to the playoffs. And that's all these teams are going to give them.
Yeah, because it's what the whole point is a ring. It's a Super Bowl. It is. It's not... Oh, you beat the division. Oh, you got 2 playoff wins. Oh, you went to a championship. No, I want a Super Bowl and I want a ring. And trust me, that's what it's about.
No, the Lions can be happy with them getting the playoffs because they haven't even able to put that together. But if they make it to the playoffs this year and they make it to the playoffs next year, and for the next 5 years they keep making it to the playoffs, eventually even Lions fans are starting to start being
Lions fans
okay,
who feel like they've done the do. It's time for a ring.
Well, yes, but I mean, I can see them being content with a playoff berth and exit. Maybe a playoff berth and 2 wins and exit next year. But if it starts getting on year 3 and year 4 and you're not really making buys to the Super Bowl, even a team like the Lions are going to be like, okay, what the hell?
And that's why the time is now.
And
that's how it goes.
Pittsburgh has enough. When you have multiple rings, when you're sitting at 3, 4, 5, 6, there's a 7, right, too? Yeah.
No, 6. 7 is Tom.
Tom is 6. 7. Him by himself. I'll just put him up there. 7 with Tom Brady because he is his own team. But when you're in those categories, there's no season that's not successful if it's not a Super Bowl.
I don't know. I think y'all don't have a ring, right?
No.
And thus, if he made it to the AFC Championship,
no, he don't want to make it to a championship. He wants to win a Super Bowl. What's the championship?
I went to the championship. We
sacked Joe Burrow
9 times.
There's people who live to be 100.
We played Kansas City and lost.
There's people who live to be 100 to watch the Eagles win a ring. They want a ring. They don't want playoffs. They don't want, championship shirt. That's not what they want. They want a ring. They want to say they did it. They were there.
Yeah, you have a ring. Rings.
Multiple.
So, no.
I think if anybody, we got enough, it's a growing process. But eventually, the whole point is to get a ring. We've grown enough.
Dallas fans, y'all
expect. We've grown enough.
You expect a ring by now. You've been expecting a ring. You haven't got one in the decade.
95.
Jerry Jones
you're going
God,
almost
if I get this
on
last
30
one, I'll
years.
need another. I think he might have to step down and let Steve
We had to wait 20 years in between. It was like the 70s and I gave them that. I did. I want a ring. It's time. Let's get this.
Yeah.
It's time.
I mean, okay. Are we gonna go right into your team right now? What you saying?
No. Actually, since we were just talking about the Lions anyway.
Okay.
We can go ahead and talk about Carolina and Detroit.
Detroit has surprised me.
Yeah.
So much.
I mean, I think they finally bought Dan Campbell on everything he's doing.
I don't think there's ever been a time they didn't buy Dan Campbell.
I think everything he was talking about, what he's worked on since he's gotten there, is all clicking at the right moment.
Yeah. I think he's been able to put pieces where they needed
and
to go.
And they've gotten their draft has worked out. Sam Laporta is really good.
Laporta is insane.
Even Jameer Gibbs before he got hurt, he was still producing. He was So he was.
St. Brown wasn't even there. Like, just,
Oh yeah,
And some on Ross St. Brown was
he's just
a absolute problem for any defense out there.
But he wasn't. Yeah, she said he wasn't here.
He wasn't even there, and I feel like, and I don't feel like Carolina played bad. I really don't. Like,
they scored 24.
Yeah,
they just could not outplay the Lions.
And it was a hard fought. They fought for that 24.
Fought for that 24. Like, they just could not.
It's just their defense. It didn't matter.
And the Lions just made it look easy. Like,
I'm
here and I need to get there.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
David Montgomery is an absolute beast.
He just needed a new team.
Yeah.
Chicago just was.
Yeah.
I mean.
Episode 2 or 3 was that? I think it was episode 3 of this show. Yeah, Bears suck. But David Montgomery is a dog.
They beat the Commanders.
Badly.
But yeah. But anyway, the Lions.
They need to adopt the prime thing and go ahead and put the D on David Montgomery's chest. He needs the dog tag.
Okay.
Like the Lions, I'm very impressed with the Lions. Like, I can say that, like. And they've been through some things, and I think they deserve it. Like, they always
it's so close.
I mean, I will always root for the Lions because it's always like last second.
Yeah, a field goal,
they will literally
extra
get
point,
1 win, 0 wins in a season.
Like, the game's
but not
over.
leave a single game, not lose a single game by 5 points. It's just like that's ridiculous. Like, there's no way you can have that many games and lose by under 5 and not pull out more than 1 with 2 wins.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
But even with Carolina and rebuild mode, they still aren't looking. Look, there has to be, even when you're rebuild, something has to look good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna yes, you're not expecting to be. You're not expecting to win a whole bunch of games. I mean, like they could.
Bryce Young looks lost. He still doesn't completely get the flow. He seems like he has to wait for the defense.
They're 0-4,
to
right?
move.
What's their
They're
record?
0-5.
0-5, yeah.
You are basically watching him wait for the defense to finish their shifts and adjustments to know where to throw the ball. And this is the NFL. You can't do that.
How long he's been there?
This year. He's a rookie.
I knew that, honestly. I did. Well, I mean,
it does take time to get used to speed the game. That was the biggest thing when we
I think the coach. How long the coach been there?
Oh, Frank Reich's first year.
He got fired halfway through the year last year in Indy.
Okay.
Where he was not very good, and now he's on 5. Just saying.
It is a building process.
No, he didn't have a quarterback. Remember?
That's true. Yeah, but Jeff Saturday came in and immediately made them a little better. They got a couple wins. They had the comeback again. You know, the Vikings gave that comeback, but they still put up 30 points on the Vikings and were up like 30-0.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Reich couldn't score field goals. Like, they were losing games like 24-3, 24-0, 24-5. Like, it was sad.
Yeah.
And he got fired, and now he's 0-5 here with Bryce Young. Now, rumor mill is murmuring that maybe he didn't want Bryce Young and that maybe the owner overstepped boundaries and picked Bryce Young when they wanted CJ Stroud. But, nothing has been confirmed. It's all rumors. Dum, dum, dum.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, coach, the owner checks on him like a lot.
Yeah, once a week they have a meeting. That's ridiculous. Like, I'm trying to rebuild a team in my first year with a rookie quarterback. And you want a meeting to rip me a new asshole every week because we're not winning?
You don't think that happens there?
No.
I don't think the conversations are as hostile.
Jerry
Jones is diplomatic.
And
he has these
Parcells, so he don't really go.
And it went better, so he does that now. I mean, you think he was really ripping into Jason Garrett every week?
He didn't have to. Jason loved Jerry. He felt like a son. Yeah.
I think that's part of Dallas. I think that's part of Jerry's problem. I think he loves everybody. I think he tries to be too diplomatic. I don't think he knows when to say, "Okay, you gotta go."
I mean, he does, but it does take a while. Like, I think he's one of the last of the loyal owners.
He doesn't want to repeat of JJ. Chipper Jones.
Oh, duh. Yeah. I can hear it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, well, now I think me and Craig are gonna step back.
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
I don't
Oh,
wanna,
yeah. We get to
No,
hear.
I know how this felt, and y'all let me do this earlier. Now I'm not gonna do it every week
because I
because
couldn't watch
it's
the
that
whole
bad.
of the Dallas game. I couldn't. I saw what was about to happen before it even really happened. When we called for the fumble, I believe we called.
When you took it away from McCaffrey's goal line?
Yeah, he took it away from McCaffrey. And he gave it to our offense. And our offense was like, I don't want to hear you go. Like, it was just, defense can't do everything. You got to help defense. You got to do your part to help defense, you know? And there's going to be games where defense is going to struggle a little bit. You have to keep the ball. Like, they stopped running. They didn't even use the running game as they should. They didn't even try to have a running game. And I don't understand that. Because most of the games we lose is because we do not run the ball. You have to run. And then, like, Dak overthrew everybody. Like, and I'm trying, like, I still have my jersey. I'm not mopping floors, whatever. I'm trying to give him all the benefit. But we said this earlier, I want a ring. Like, you know, they thought you were the guy, and they giving you, I feel like what you need to be that guy, do it. I feel like could we use extra whatever? Of course, every team can, but I feel like I think he has all the tools. You have a better line than most teams have. Like, you smirking when you want to say something. Go ahead, because
I know, I'm listening.
no, talk.
I'm listening. No, it's your team.
No, it's your team. Go ahead, because
do that.
I know you need this.
No, I'm.
Sometimes it feels good to get it out.
I've got it all. I mean, like you.
I don't want any Dallas fans to come after me.
Ain't nobody coming after you. They know. I feel like they know, we know what's going on right now, and
y'all don't like hearing about your team from non-Dallas. Right?
No, because
Yeah.
I'm talking to you right now. Because last year was the San Francisco game last year. When now I forgot his name. Our assistant coach, Colin Moore. I'm like, is it him or Dak? Because which one? Because it's the same thing. What is this drive? This is not a. What is this? Like, to get on the field and just go 3 and out, like, just overthrow, short, like.
You made an average quarterback. You're trying to make an average quarterback do prolific quarterback things.
But he was throwing 10-yard crosses. The one interception, it was like a 10-yard cross. Like, it was not a deep throw. He was not. You don't need to be Aaron Rodgers to make that.
I don't think he doesn't look comfortable in any offensive. I don't know if he ever looked comfortable in the offense.
Well, he broke his ankle, I think. So now he doesn't even run anymore. So he's not even running. It used to be where he would scramble to let people get open. Even like when he has time, he rushes himself, which I get it. You gotta get rid of the ball. I'm not saying, but there's times when you gotta give them chance to get there. So you know where you're throwing it because that's where you threw it. I'm giving him the benefit if that's where everybody was supposed to be. But then they gotta get a chance to get there, right?
Yeah, I mean, true. But like you also
and
said,
he had time to get it there.
You're not using Tony Pollard.
Not at all.
No.
And I do not understand that. I do not.
Run the ball.
Run the ball. Like, and even when they run, I've seen games where they get all the way down to the end zone, and now we're gonna try to throw it 3 times, and now we gotta kick the field goal. Like, you're not gonna give him another chance to get. This is how you got down there. And when they do give him a chance, they score. But then they won't do that again. Like, it just, they'll do a nice trick play or whatever, you know, and there's a positive from it, and then you never see it again. Like, and I don't understand that. Like, there's some plays that work, like, every time.
Y'all scored, it was a 30-yard bomb to Turpin. It wasn't anywhere. They weren't in the red zone.
Yeah.
You weren't in the red zone.
Y'all score from outside. Y'all can't score once it's in the red zone.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make sense because you're set up for short yardage.
Mm-hmm.
But that means it's because somebody can't fit the windows. Once the field shrinks, they can't fit the windows.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I still think you guys will make the playoffs.
Yeah, and we make the playoffs. But then when you really need him the most, he's going to just...
He's never gotten past the divisional round.
Yeah, ever.
So, we'll see.
But
he didn't look comfortable at all last week. There was no point to me where he looked comfortable. When I gave up, I see it. I know now. Like I've called it before. I'm like, we're screwed. He just.
Did you see on the one interception? He threw the interception. He kind of like smiled, but he just couldn't be like, "Dang, he really got like he really." Should. I was like, "Bro, you're not even." Like he was just like.
That wasn't that the one where it bounced off dude's hands.
No, I think that was the first one. He threw it over and Gibson interception.
That's right. I forgot about that one.
I mean, don't get me wrong. San Francisco is a hell of a team. Like
I'm not even
going to pretend that they're not a great team. They are. But if you want to be the best, the greatest, you have to be.
But like
you just establish.
Like they were saying, San Fran was being more physical than the Dallas Cowboys were in this game. They were literally doing what they wanted to, and you weren't being physical at any point.
Now,
it's not your fault.
I think Diggs being gone is a lot on the defense. I think.
And now Van Der Esch is gone for 5 to 6 weeks. He's injury prone, but he's gone.
Yeah, and he really does hold your.
He's your middle. Yeah. He's the middle of your defense.
But that'd be fine if offense would help. Help them. They have to be the leader. They have to. If defense isn't scoring, we have low scoring games. What?
You're gonna lose a head coach behind us. If y'all do good, McCarthy gone.
If y'all do good, I think Dak gone.
I think they're all. I think
quarterback and head coach.
I think they're gonna be gone together. I do because. And he gave you the money.
I think Trey Lance was a little bit of a. I think it was a cheap way to possibly have a prospect. And if not, then now we have a third stringer.
What's his name? The one
Cooper
Will Greer.
Oh, he looked good.
But you got Cooper still.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush.
I don't feel like he's what they want. But even when they were winning,
he doesn't run the offense.
They never put any in like.
Now, but he also wasn't running.
So now I'm not trying to hate on San Francisco. They are a phenomenal team. I recognize this is a really good team. But in Dallas, you want to be the best. You got to beat the best. And San Francisco, I think, is the best.
There's no flaw. It doesn't. There's superstars everywhere, and the ones that aren't superstars are top tier role players. And you can't cover the offense. It doesn't matter who you take out of the role. They'll just beat you with whoever you don't. Their fullback is more productive than most players, than some teams like wide receiver core.
Wait, that's how Dallas stopped Ayuk, but that didn't matter. Kittle just kept.
Debo barely got the ball.
Yeah.
Kittle had 3 catches for 3 touchdowns. McCaffrey ran everywhere. McCaffrey gets catches. And if you would have covered them 2 up, they would have guarded going to Debo. And then Jennings comes out of nowhere.
Even with McCaffrey, I said earlier, made a mistake, they got the ball back. It
didn't matter because the defense just clamped. They're just phenomenal.
I mean, it's like you always said. You already touched on it. Top to bottom, they're good. Purdy is able to use the offense fully, rather than how Garoppolo was he didn't have full access to the playbook. Shanahan wasn't able to open up his full playbook and run it through Purdy. Garoppolo was more of these are the plays we need to run. This is going to work. It's what we could do. They would win games.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that goes into where do you think the gap is? Like San Francisco is the best because even San Francisco and Philly are both undefeated. But I don't feel it.
Honestly, if we're being honest, I was like San Fran and everybody else. It's like San Fran, then next year it's like Philly, and you guys. Who else would you say would be?
Detroit, Miami, and Buffalo. I'd put Detroit, Miami, Buffalo, and San Francisco, tier 1.
Okay.
Like I said, San Francisco looks like a buzzsaw.
Yeah.
Miami's so fast. Buffalo is just Buffalo. They do stuff and make sure they win. Detroit is cutting down trees with a sledgehammer, and it's working. It doesn't matter whether it's pretty or not. They're going to bust their head into a wall until it falls over.
True.
And that's dangerous. But then once you get done them 4...
that's pretty
much
it.
I mean, Dallas has stuff, but it don't...
Everybody, they have one aspect, but it's lacking in the other.
Kansas City doesn't look like they're all together.
No.
They just...
Because Philly has a tough schedule coming up. They have the Jets, which is okay. Nothing
they play Miami the week after.
They play Miami.
And then the Bills.
It's the Commanders. It's the Commanders.
Miami Commanders, Bills.
And then Dallas. There's Dallas. I'm not sure when it's the Bills, but it's Dallas after that. We just looked it up.
Yeah.
They have a hard schedule.
It's a hard schedule.
San Francisco not too long after that.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to get exposed in this next little stretch.
So it should be fun to watch to see how where do they break off and do San Francisco keep just being further and further away, or will it close in? That's what makes football so much fun.
And speaking of that, we got a couple upsets this week, don't we?
Yeah, we could. What you think is a good upset?
Oh, I personally think the Broncos beat the Chiefs on Thursday Night Football would be a great upset.
That would be good. I think the Jets if Jets could take on Philly, I think that would be just a really good piece of cake out of it. It would just be awesome.
And Lord, I'm playing for jet lag. Giants over Bills.
2 weeks of jet lag.
But you're flying to there and then flying back from there. It's a lot on your body and it's a lot on you.
They've been home, haven't they?
Have they?
I think so, Bills.
Well, like I said, hopeful thinking. Thank God for jet lag.
All
right. Well, guys, I'd have to say now I'm going to need y'all to just like, subscribe, and comment.
Cowboy fans, was I too harsh or not harsh enough? Let me know.
We take all comments. Just write them. We're always respond.
And you can also hit us on Instagram and X.
And tell us what you hear.
All right. See y'all next time.
Have a good one.